Why are you afraid to speak English? Is it because of grammar, or is it because of fear of making mistakes, or fear of being judged by other people? Hey beautiful souls, welcome to Speakophobia. It's me Nofel, your speaking partner, and this is my first video on YouTube, and I will telecast videos here on every other day. And I strongly believe these videos can help you to improve your English communication skill and your confidence, and I expect your invaluable support and feedback throughout this journey. So without any further ado, let me get started. We all know the importance of English communication skill, especially in this era. We are good at so many things technically, and we are well qualified, graduated, post-graduated. But when it comes to communication skill, well, we cannot communicate properly. I've seen there are so many people, they struggle when they speak in English, especially in front of some people. They have lots of fear in their mind. They have butterflies in their stomach. And they're always reluctant to speak in English in front of other people. We can read English, we can write in English, and we can understand when we listen to other people. But when it comes to speaking, we struggle a lot. We don't want to speak in English. So many friends understand why we cannot speak English confidently and fluently. Today I want to talk about our English environment and its importance. Why we are not able to speak English fluently? It's only because of we don't have that English environment. So we're gonna cultivate that English environment to develop our English communication skill. And this English environment, I can also call it our English habits. There are 4 important English habits we must be followed in our day-to-day life. It goes like this: reading, listening, watching, and speaking. So I'll explain you one by one. Firstly, reading. All the great personalities around the world have one thing in common. They read a lot. They are good readers in their life. And it is really a good habit that we have to be cultivated in our day-to-day life. Not only to get improved in our communication skill, but also to enhance our thought process. Because if you want to be a better communicator, if you want to be an amazing speaker, we have to have good thought process. So it can enhance our thought process. Everybody's taste is different. So based on your interest, based on your taste, you can prefer any genre. It could be self-help book, motivational stuffs, fiction, history, short stories, anything. But we have to start reading at least for 30 minutes regularly without any fail. But please do not expect any overnight time or any overnight results. Slowly we will be able to improve our communication skill if you are a good reader. Reading helps in improving grammar. Learning grammar from grammar book, it's important and beneficial. I'm not against it. But we already learned grammar from some spoken English academies as well as from our school. But even though we cannot speak English confidently and fluently, I'm not against it, okay? Because grammar is an important thing and we have to be learned to develop our communication skill. But we don't want to be that much serious about the grammar. So when we start reading English books, automatically, in a natural way, we can learn grammar. You can just strengthen your basics of grammar. You'll be able to frame proper sentences, and you can even improve your pronunciation as well. So here I want to say, whenever you can be a good reader, so we can learn English without learning English. Reading improves vocabulary. As everybody knows, vocabulary is the weapon to speak better, to speak fluently. Many of us are getting stuck only because of we don't have sufficient vocabulary to convey our message. So whenever you read, you have to have a pen, a pencil, or a notebook handy to write down the vocabularies. For instance, if you come across, if you encounter any new vocab, any new word, if you don't know the meaning, what you have to do, you have to underline that word. So once you completed your reading, you have to search that particular word on Google. So you will get the meaning. So you have to write down the word, then meaning. Then there are so many example sentences. Write down those example sentences, 1 or 2 or 3 example sentences. And you also try to create your own sentences, write down in your book. And there are so many synonyms, antonyms. So you have to have a format to write down your vocabs in your notebook. Then revise it every day without any fail. So in this way we can develop our vocabulary. because as I said, vocabulary is very very important to convey our message. So we have to have sufficient vocabs to speak better. Reading aloud improves your spoken fluency. So I already told you we have to read minimum 30 minutes every day. So whenever you read 30 minutes every day, you can take 10 minutes from that time to read aloud. So whenever you read aloud, it will be helpful for you to improve your pronunciation and intonation, and you can also improve your voice tonality as well as the pace of your talk, because our mouth muscles always give supports whenever we speak our mother tongue, because it's habituated, right? Since our childhood it's habituated. So whenever we speak English, at that time we cannot pronounce some words properly because we don't get that support from our mouth muscles. So what you have to do, just take a book, and hold like this, then read it loudly, at least for 10 minutes. So whenever you read loudly, slowly you can see that difference, the way you pronounce the word. And whenever you read, just imagine yourself, there are some people in front of you listening to your talk, listening each and every words. So you have to deliver like a talk. So in this way you can improve your voice tonality. Also you can give proper pauses. Also you can use your hand gestures. So this is one best way to improve our communication skill. So this is all about reading, my dear friends. So be a good reader and try to read at least for 30 minutes every day without any fail. And our second habit is listening. We are good at speaking our mother tongue, and we don't have any problem to have any conversation with anybody in our mother tongue at any time, because we don't have any problem. We are that much confident in our mother tongue. Have you ever learned any grammar from anyone? No, right? Then how you are able to speak your mother tongue very fluently? So I'll tell you. Actually, since our childhood, especially when you were 3 years old, 4 years old, we listened to our parents, our siblings, our surroundings, and we observed them very very carefully. Then we started speak word by word, point by point. So in this way, we are able to speak our mother tongue, right, fluently. Do you think we are not making any mistakes? Of course, we are making lots of mistakes, but we don't bother about it. But when it comes to English, no, we have to speak grammatically correct. So we have taken a kind of strong determination like this. My dear friends, without making mistakes, it is very difficult to learn anything in our life. So be ready to make mistakes. And the same tactics I already explained, right? The same method we can apply here. So we have to listen podcast, audiobooks, book summaries. So whenever we inculcate this habit in our day-to-day life, then we can see there is an enormous growth in our English communication skill. So you might the Google podcast, Spotify, and even there are so many audiobooks are available on YouTube. So you have to listen English podcasts or audiobooks or book summaries every day, as I said before, like reading. 30 minutes you have to spend for that, and you can do it. I don't want to spend any extra time for that. Whenever you do your house chores, whenever you go for a walk, whenever you travel, whenever you drive, you can listen to anything, right? So from Play Store you can download the Google podcast as well as Spotify, and there are so many applications. They give book summaries like Booklet as well as Giggle. So just download it and listen to free book summaries. Also, as I said, on YouTube there are so many audiobooks are available. So start listening, my dear friends. So whenever you listen to other people, slowly you can see the difference in your communication skill. Our third habit is watching. We can also call it audio-visual technique. We always squander our time here and there by watching some unnecessary stuff on social media. But from today on, we have to watch something valuable that can add some values in our life. Also, it has to be helpful for us to improve our communication skill. There are abundance of videos are available on YouTube. For instance, TED Talks, Josh Talk, public talks, motivational speeches and interviews, news, web series. It is completely up to you. You can watch any videos, but whenever you watch any talks, any speech, you must observe the speaker very attentively, very carefully. Observe their body language, facial expressions, hand gestures, how they interact with the people, how they connect with their people, their eye contact, the way they pronounce their words, the way they appear in front of other people, what is their voice modulation, intonation, how they give pauses, So there are so many things to be learned. So then try to implement these characteristics and these things in your conversation. Then you can see a drastic change in the way you interact with the people. We can improve, my dear friends, but we have to adapt these changes in our day-to-day conversations. Last but not least, the most important habit, that is speaking. When other three habits give you input, and this habit will give you output. Because whenever you follow other three habits, it'll give you informations, ideas, and so many inputs, right? So if you want to convert this input into output, you have to open up, you have to speak up without any shame. Because many of us have this kind of self-doubts, like, if I make any mistakes, what other person may think about me, they may judge me based on my grammar mistakes. My dear friends, understand, everybody is like that. Initial time of their learning, they made so many mistakes. So you have to have that beginner's mindset, that novice mindset, to make mistake. Allow yourself to make mistake, then learn from your mistakes, rectify it slowly. In this way we are able to improve our communication skill. So you must be shameless to speak English in front of anybody, no matter how many mistakes you're gonna make, no matter whether you make grammatical mistakes or whatever it is. You have to open up whenever you get opportunity to speak English. Don't bother about other people, my dear friends. And you can find out anybody from your friend circle as a speaking partner, and also you can enroll yourself in any spoken English academies or else any other communities. So until and unless, you have to speak. And you can also talk to yourself. Whenever you travel, whenever you drive, give any kind of topic, simple topics. Give topic for yourself and talk to yourself, explain yourself, speak in English. Or else, whenever you see something, because whenever we travel, we come across lots of stuffs, right? Just explain those things in your mind. Think in English. So that is the reason always communication coach, they used to say like this: think in English. So you have to think in English, talk to yourself in English. So these are the 4 English habits, my dear friends, we have to be followed in our day-to-day life. Not only to improve our communication skill, I already mentioned, to improve our thought process as well. And this is our English environment. There is a very popular quote, it goes like this: every master once was a beginner. So have that novice mindset, because we are in a learning process. Allow yourself to make mistakes and have patience. Please don't bother about other people, because you are a learner, you are learning this language. It takes some time. Do not expect any overnight results, because it's a long work. And initially you might have some kind of negative feeling whenever you start following this habit, because it demands some time, some effort, some concentration. We always fall in instant gratifications, right? So it takes some time to fall in love with this habit. But give a try, because you must have that passion to learn this communication skill. So please don't lose that passion at any cost. So thank you so much for watching my video. I hope this video can help you to become a wonderful speaker, a better communicator in your life. So thank you so much once again. See you soon. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.